Hi all, I'm your host Cryptic and welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're talking about Gran Turismo 7 and the updated exploit for the Daytona oval grind on now patch 1.41 that was originally introduced in 1.40. Now, it was originally done with the A Bug, but now we are using the Honda S660, which is on screen right now. You want to put the side wings and the front wing and no rear wing. Now, once you do that, and apply all the changes, and as it loads, as you know, it was the A Bug, you'll be able to do the Daytona in a custom race. The multiplier would go insane and you get like 5 to 6 million, right? Closer to 5.5, 5.6 million in credits. That's changed obviously and isn't completely patched. Daytona Oval is still the best per hour grind and AFK grind in Gran Turismo 7 if you want to completely avoid paying for the microtransaction credits. Now I'm going to show you what actual components you need because you need to run two sheets, a low PP sheet and a high PP sheet. Now, as you can see on screen, we're in getting the parts. You want weight reduction level 1. You then want to pick up your tires, comfort hards, and then get some comfort softs as well, or sport softs, sorry. There's a reason we need parts to be able to despec the actual S660, and then we need to be able to switch it out just before starting the race, and I'll get to that shortly through in the video. Now, pick any brake pads you want, it shouldn't matter. You want to get bore up, you want to get the high lift camshaft, pick whichever disc brakes you want. You can get the racing ones like I do, you can then get the carbon ceramic brake pads, but you do need stage 2 in the weight reduction, power restrictor to assist in the detuning, and then of course the ballast. That's going to help a lot. We're not going to really use the ballast at all for the higher tune, only for the lower tune. Next, we want to get into semi-racing and get the crankshaft, fully customizable computer, semi-racing silencer, which isn't necessarily 100%, but you can get it. You want the high RPM turbocharger. I previously had the medium RPM. I don't know if I used it for a specific race, but yeah. Fully customizable LSD. We want weight reduction stage 3, which is the highest you can go. Rigidity for the straights on Daytona. And then we want to get into racing. Now racing, we're going to do bore up. We're going to do engine balance tuning. We're going to do the polished ports. So all three of those. Anti-lag system as well. That's going to be great for the higher PP. Racing intercooler, racing filter. Get those if you don't have them. And the racing silencer. And then we want the racing exhaust. And then pick the brake pads that you want, right? Just in case you ever get into, especially with the Tomahawks, they can sort of just like what's happening and you need an instant brake. It'll be great for that. Fully customized suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, fully customizable racing transmission. Now you can't do stage 4, obviously. And then you want racing softs. And it's a similar tune to the A Bug where you have a type of tire range at the front and the back, but we'll get into the tuning once we have all the parts. We want to then go straight to extreme and get the nitrous. This car is great with nitrous. You can fully use it at 100%. I've got the ceramic brakes. And then you want to go and get the titanium rods. And then that's pretty much all the components you need to do both sheets. Once you're done, exit out of that and go to your garage. And now you want, obviously, the S660 Honda selected. And then, as you can see, I've got the full body kit here, bar the rear wing. Now, with this tune, guys, I'd like to thank two people. The Reddit subreddit for Gran Turismo 7 and my mate, DjTwista93. Link to the subreddit and to DjTwista's YouTube channel in the description box below. If it wasn't for DJ Twister staying up all night on the weekend trying to sort this stuff out and work out what's happening, you know, how to best optimize it, I wouldn't be able to make this video today. Now, I've renamed this as the low PP, and the next one will be high PP. Okay, comfort softs at the front. And comfort hards at the back, or both hards actually, both comfort hards. Now you're not going to really do too much change to the suspension itself. It's going to stay pretty much default. The fully customizable differential, no changes there. We can keep that as is. For the front and rear balance, we want to set them both to 0. ECU, no change, will be down all the way to 70. So this is the detune. Remember that. You want everything at the lowest setting possible. Okay, next you want to move this up all the way for the ballast. Maximum weight, doesn't matter where the weight is, as long as it's full 200. And there we go, down to 200 for power restrictor as well, down to 70, which is what we want. And then for the racing, you don't really need to change any of the gears, and then start unequipping all the parts that we've bought for the time being. So NOS off, and then all the racing either set to whatever the default the car comes with, or if the option for none, go with none. And you want to do that all the way through to the clutch and flywheel. And then you should have a PP that is below 200, which is the first sort of half of the trick to this. And the way it works is when you get into the custom race, you still have basically the same settings that you did with Abath, or using the VW Beetle if you use that vehicle, any of those low PP vehicles that were tricked out. But you're going to have it on the low PP when you get in. And then just before you start the race, you're going to switch it to the high PP sheet, but the payout's going to remain the same. And that's where you get the $2 million an hour ability with this grind now. So new sheet now, I call it high PP. It's the easy way to remember. Okay, and now we're gonna fully trick out the S660. So there we go, sport soft, racing softs. You can put racing hard soft, but then it does the same thing where it just spins out. It's insane. And then you want to set both of these to 75 and 75. And then 10-10 for this one here on both. And then you want to go 40-40. And it's pretty much the same trend as the Abath. 50-50. And then you want to do this at 3.00 for both. And yeah, this is pretty straightforward. You'll recognize it from pretty much a lot of the other tutorials. They do work, but a few tweaks here and there in regards to what tires we use, etc, etc. Okay, put that all the way to 0.0, and you want to do the same for the toe angles, both 0.00 and 0.00. Okay, and then for initial torque differential, obviously fully customizable, and then we want to max out the second values for each one, so 60 on all of them. And you'll be surprised at how well this vehicle handles. You won't, like, if you are not AFK, you will not hit the wall once and you do some insane times. Okay, both 0 to the front and rear here. And then you want the fully customizable ECU. You want that at 100, power restrictor at 100, and then you want the racing transmission. We don't have to do the individual gears, but what you want to do is set this from 190 to 290. That's where the vehicle tops out at. You could set it up high if you want, it won't make a difference. Nitrous is on, and when you do equip nitrous, you'll want to keep the output at the full 100. So it'll be default at 50, set it to 100. The laps you want to get the most optimum amount is 10 laps. The nitrous at 100 will last close to about 14 laps. And then here you want to go to all your racing variants of all the parts, or the highest value that they can go to. So let's equip all of those on right now. Filter, intercooler, exhaust, silencer, etc, etc. All into racing. Carbon ceramic brakes, racing brake pads. And this will max out pretty much the PP on the vehicle to the as high as it can get. And you want to do that all the way to clutch and flywheel, all racing, and then you should have it equipped like this. go to measure, and you should be at 570.50 pp. And there we go. Now with the Tomahawk tunes, and before I mention Tomahawks, make sure you switch back to low pp. So save both, you have them saved, and switch to low pp. That's what you want to enter with. Now regarding the Tomahawk tune, you can keep it where you lap them heaps. We've set them to about 240, 250, 260 top speed on their gearing. And the reason is that it's just a lot more efficient, where you don't have to keep dodging them every lap once you lap them all, right? So they'll get a bit ahead, and at about lap 2.5, you'll pass all of them, and then you won't see them again till like the final lap, and then it'll be fine because you won't really reach them. Sometimes, like it does, the AI bug bugs out, and there might be a group of 3 or just one lonely Tomahawk right at the back, and that one will decide that, you know, I'm gonna get in your way. But if you are AFKing this with the rubber band technique or whatever technique you're using, and you're grinding against the wall as you're zipping past, it won't be an issue. It won't be anywhere near the wall, or that group shouldn't be anywhere near the wall if you're worried about crashing and having your vehicle spin out for no reason. So yeah, it'll be, as you can see here, changing it now. So just going to the top speed in the gearbox and changing it from the final gear 7 and making it top out at the mid 200s essentially. So set it to 1.350, and we found that to be pretty good. Within the second lap, you'll have them all passed, and then you don't have to worry about them anymore for the remaining 7 to 8 laps. And you can just have a super clean race to ensure that you get that clean race bonus. And yeah, make sure if you do tune the Tomahawk, you switch back to your S660 Honda, and it's at the low PP sheet configuration. And then yeah, you want to get into the race and do the custom race on the Daytona Oval as you always do. And we set it to 10 laps. The only difference we did in regards to the weather setting, everything else is exactly the same. The weather setting is that it's standard or consistent. So then the wind direction doesn't change every time you redo the race. And yeah, you'll see us get into it now. So go into custom race, the oval. Now it's saying that it's 21,600. Now we're gonna load the original 1.40 settings for Daytona that I saved, and it's 165,600. That is for 10 laps. You add the clean race bonus, you'll be well over 200,000. On average, we're doing about 7 minutes and 24 seconds for 10 laps. You should be in 43 second a lap, roughly 45 seconds a lap, give or take, but you should be in that 7 minutes 24 to 7 minutes 30. And with that, if you get it all the way to the 7 minutes 24, you should be doing 2.01 million an hour, which is way higher than doing the 600 pp races, 700 pp races, or the endurances, etc. So if you want to grind and not spend money, this is the way to do it. Now you want to go in and start, and you're going to get to this menu. When you do, you want to go settings, then car settings, and where it says low pp, switch to the high pp. Right? And then if you press R1 to toggle the menu, first place still gets 165,600 credits. It doesn't change. And you can hit start from here and do your race. And then once it finishes, you can just hit retry, right? And it will be the same payout until you fully exit. And then when you fully exit, you just need to make sure you enter with the low PP first. Right, so do it in your garage, switch to the low PP, and then do the same thing again, and then just go repeat until you need to do an oil change. And that's basically it to get $2 million an hour, which is still the best grind. So yes, they did patch it, but inadvertently, Polyphony and still made it the best grind currently as of 1.41, as it was in 1.40. Obviously not as potent, doing 5 to 6 million an hour, but it's still 2 million an hour, which is way better than anything else, and still decent in getting, you know, credits that you need for any of the cars that you want to buy. So guys, again, a big thank you to the Gran Turismo 7 subreddit, that one of the posters there, which I'll link to that subreddit chat there that brought up the idea about it. And to DjTwista93 who spent all night tuning and trying to work out the best optimum and max amount of credits you can actually still do with this grind on Daytona. Thank you so much. Links to both will be in the description box below, guys. Please go over. If you enjoy any of the clips or show the support for DjTwista93, please hit subscribe or watch a few of the videos if you're interested. And of course, as always, if this video has been helpful to you and entertaining to you, please hit the like and subscribe button and share the video with your friends. And I'm going to let the rest of the race play out here. Enjoy and watch that it does definitely still give you a massive payout, and you can do the math for yourself. At the best, when you do 7 minutes 24 seconds a lap, if you can get the perfect line even on the oval, you will crack over 2 million. Even then, the closest ones after this are between 1.3 and 1.6 million, depending on the race you do. So it's significantly more on Daytona than the others. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy the race. Bye.